And the last decision you can make is parting ways with the person out of self-love for you and them, and understanding that you were part of one another's journey for some time, and it was for a reason. It wasn't for without cause. No time is ever wasted, and Spirit always gives us the correct people in our lives for where we need to go and how we need to evolve. And just understand that it served its course. You have to trust that Spirit will end it if it needs to end, right? And then that's what will manifest in your reality. Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel, and hello if you are new. My name is Andrea Johnson. I'm your spiritual inspiration, here to inspire, empower, and teach you how to master your energy. Welcome to another makeup get ready with me routine. Because you guys love these so much, I have to do my makeup anyway, so we might as well kill two birds with one stone and answer your burning questions. First question: experiencing dark night of the soul, any way to get through it faster? I first want you to know that this is a process of life, and this is just a process of self-development, and this is a natural thing of life. You know, if you take a look at the earth goes through cycles of life. This is just a cycle of the human, right? If you're trying to evolve and improve your life, this is something that no human is going to escape, right? It's just kind of like your perception and how you look at it. And saying that this is like shadow work or dark night of the soul sounds very low vibrational, but you can look at it as just like evolution. You can look at it as like personal development. You're improving your life, right? That's a lighter way to look at these things. With the mindset of how to work through it faster, I want you to toss that out the window. I don't want you to work through anything faster. Before you even consider working through anything, you need to accept where you're at in life. You need to accept how you feel and what you are going through. That mindset in itself should help relieve some of that energy or some of that expectation or that pressure you're putting on yourself to work through it faster. There is no time limit for this stuff, guys. To have expectation on, oh, I'm going to do this shadow work and I'm going to be so healed within a month, or 2 months, or just after eclipse season, whatever. There is no time limit on this. Shadow work is a cycle. It's a process that your life is part of, right? And I don't even like to, like I said, call it shadow work. It's just evolution. It is self-improvement. There is no right or wrong way to work through it other than your way. And you trying to work through it faster is just signaling that you're trying to escape it, right? And if we're trying to escape it or rush through it or hurry up, we're just gonna keep manifesting that manicness, that panic, like, oh shit, I'm going through shadow work. You have to accept it and where you're at. And the best thing that you can do for yourself is show yourself love in the moment. Accept where you are at and show yourself love and compassion, despite no matter what you are feeling, what you are going through. You have to give you what you need, no matter what in life. You cannot expect anything from anybody else to give you what you need. You have to do it. And this is part of the shadow work. When you can pinpoint those dark aspects of your life, or what you want to consider dark, they're just things that you would like to change. We're the one assigning logic to this feeling that we feel, right? So we're judging ourselves for feeling a certain way, for feeling low vibrational. So when you bring in the compassion, you're actually able to heal it. Okay, so when we shine light, which is our conscious awareness, on the shadows, the darker aspect, the unconscious side of us, those patterns that are creating our life that we have no idea why we keep doing the same shit over and over and feel uncomfortable, why we keep having these same thoughts, why we have these same habits, right? When we actually shine light on the unseen and we're able to view it as the witness, or without judgment, and just view it as facts, not have that emotional charge behind it. When you can just look at it, and even if you have an emotional charge that comes up, sitting through it, that's what it means to work through shadow work, is to sit through the emotion. Let the emotion process through your body, and you'll let it go. The body will naturally let it go. We hold on to shit because we identify with it. And when we identify with it, we think it's who we are. And then we start getting all like worried and like, oh my God, why do I feel this way? This feels so uncomfortable. Why do I feel this way? I got to stop feeling this way. That just keeps it manifesting in us and our body longer, because our conscious thought is holding that energy there. I think, therefore I am. You're thinking this energy stuck in your body, right? And guys, that's just how it works. That's how the mind-body connection works. It's part of it. Just don't judge yourself for it. Then whenever the body can process it, we can then look at it from an objective point of view. When the emotion's out of the way, you can then see it for what it is, and it's just information. It is just information for you to know more about yourself and what you're going through, to then to be able to choose a different reality, to then to be able to choose to feel a different way, right? Because you will have to choose. That's the whole point. To make the unconscious now conscious, the unseen now seen, you get to choose a different action. Now you get to choose a different reality. You get to choose a different emotion. This puts the power back in your hands. You are not the victim. You are the creator of this. So now you get to choose your reality in which you would like to create. A lot of people make the mistake of, they think they do the shadow work and they think they identify these things, and they think just because they know this information that it's going to automatically heal them, that they shouldn't feel this way anymore, right? No. I was just having a conversation yesterday, as a matter of fact, over this exact thing of, just because we identify our darkness doesn't mean that it just goes away, right? Yes, I get the body processes it and the emotion's gone, but you will be tested throughout life. You will never not be tested. So it will come up again. And that's where people get confused, is they think just because they've processed it, they identify it, they feel good for a little bit, why does it trigger them again? They're like, oh fuck, I did it wrong. No, it's just gonna be your life challenge. You have to choose a different reality. You have to consciously choose, right? It's to bring awareness to the awerer, you. So it doesn't relieve you from doing the work. The actual hard work is choosing a different reality. The actual hard work is breaking those patterns in the mind and being uncomfortable for a little bit with change in your external world, to then make those pathways weaker, and then over time it gets easier. So it's like breaking a habit. It's breaking the habit of being yourself, essentially. So my love, there is no rushing through this process, as you will be tested on it throughout your entire life. It's just good to accept it, because when we can accept it and show our self-love and compassion, you then show that same love and compassion to somebody else with that same issue. This is how we help other people heal as well, and how other people are mirrors for what we need to work on. When you heal it in yourself, you'll be able to recognize it in other people, but instead of getting triggered, you will feel love and compassion for the other person and be able to help them through it if you so shall desire. It's when we reject those parts of us, the unseen parts of us, the unseen child, essentially, is what it is. Then do we reject it in other people? Because what we reject, we shove down, and it stays hidden in the dark. That's how it works. All right, next question. Finding support and connection and my place in life. Finding your place in life, there truly isn't necessarily a place other than where you're at right now. Like, you already have a place in life, right? Just because you exist. But you want to feel like you belong somewhere. And that comes first with a self-acceptance of accepting yourself for who you are, what you are, and that you're already worthy of belonging. Like, you already are part of something great, right? And then I know this is probably like, oh yeah, do the inner work, and you'll feel that connection and that, belongingness, because essentially when we connect back to our authentic nature and to spirit, like, we belong, like, we feel fulfilled, right? So you're more so looking in your 3D reality to provide you that connection and to provide you with a sense of purpose. You're looking outside of yourself to give you that feeling. Does that make sense? So you want to start from within, right? Working on the self, what makes you feel good, and then discovering what physical actions can make you feel fulfilled in the 3D reality. Like, what are actions that you can take that make you feel that fulfillment? So maybe that is, like, for example, maybe you want to be a teacher, and teaching young kids and being an impact in their life makes you feel so fulfilled. And then therefore, if you're trying to find connection, you'll probably want to surround yourself with like-minded people who feel that same sense of passion and fulfillment doing the same thing. So then you feed off of one another's energy, and then you develop almost like a community, almost like this stable network. And then you make each other better. You learn from one another, and you grow within this community and this sense of purpose together, right? You're almost like holding each other there vibrationally, and then you can build on top of one another. And that is just an example. You don't have to do, for a teacher, but essentially it's surrounding yourself with like-minded people. If we're going to talk about it more in the physical 3D world, establishing a sense of connection with people. And it's easier when you have that connection with yourself, when you know who you are, to then know who you need to surround yourself with, to have them as a tool in your life. I don't really want to call it a tool, but that's the best way that I can get it across to you. As you want their vibration. You want their vibration to help you in your life, because that's of a similar vibration. So then you can build on each other, right? If that's making sense. So it's like who you become, who you surround yourself with. And that's really who you want your community to be, is people who are in alignment with what you desire and who you want to be in life and where you find fulfillment. And that's automatically kind of where you're going to find your place in life, is when you find your fulfillment. And that is a process of self-discovery and just following what feels good in your heart, right? And you're going to have to experiment. You're going to have to do actions that see what kind of energy it creates within you, right? And this is where imagination can help you as well too, because it's helping you see what something may feel like, an action may feel like, or envisioning what your life could be like if you took an action. And if it feels good, then that's your sign to explore it in the physical world, to take an action in the physical 3D reality to see if it does give you that feeling. Holding/expressing compassion and guarding your heart from those who aren't growing and self-aware. This sounds like holding a state of love and compassion when those that you love are not on the same quote-unquote spiritual path as you, or personal development, or basically taking responsibility for their life type of thing. So you're basically growing in different vibrations. You're going in different directions. This is a lot to cover, as there could be so many different ways to approach this, and the reasons behind why this is happening, as far as like vibrationally, if you're in a relationship going separate ways, or one person evolving and the other not, or something along those lines. But to give you kind of a quick version or a rundown, what really happens when we get off of different levels of vibration, or one person works on themselves or goes along a spiritual path, while the other one kind of is just maintaining, and if not maintaining, like worsening maybe. You have some choices. Hold this state of love and compassion, and then see that person through the eyes of God, which is love, and understand that they have their own unique journey with spirit themselves. And that's neither your, I want to say, business, but it's not up to you to control what that looks like. And when we do try to control it, and this is a form of codependency, is when we want to help other people who we want to heal their life, we want to make it better for them, and we see them as not evolving, or we see them in bad habits, or things of that nature. We want them to be on the higher road with us, right? When we're trying to heal them, and essentially when they don't want it, that's going to cause a lot of turmoil in the relationship and a lot of resentment. And that's also called, quote unquote, messing with other people's karma. And essentially when we do that, we make their karma our karma. So then you get tied into that energy, and it's going to bring you down to that level of vibration as well too. It's going to hurt you as well. When we try to heal other people's lives in order to make them who we want them to be for our own sake, essentially, is what is going on. We want somebody to be healed for whatever reason. Trying to change them into the person that we would like them to be in the relationship is no bueno. It's going to bring your energy down. You're going to stress yourself out. You are going to be constantly trying to, like, your energy is going to be focused in on that person, and that person is going to resent you big time for it. People only change if they want to change. The only thing that you can do in this situation is bring your energy back to you. Call your energy back to you and understand that it is not your responsibility to heal that other person, or it is not your responsibility to help them grow or get on a spiritual path or whatever like that. It is that person's responsibility. And if they don't see anything wrong in their life, right? Because essentially when you are trying to change them, you're holding a certain level of judgment, right? You're judging them for what they are doing, and you're wanting to change them to help them. When you're doing that, you're only judging yourself, bringing that energy back to you and bringing you down. But it is ultimately their responsibility to heal and change, because if they change for you in order for you to accept them, essentially, is what is going on, and be the person that you want them to be in the relationship, it's not going to last, for one, and they're going to hold resentment for two. 9 times out of 10, they're probably not going to change. Nobody changes unless they want to change themselves. When people want to change, essentially they have to reach rock bottom. And you trying to save them all the time and prevent that from happening is messing with their karma to get them to actually heal. You see this a lot in parents and children, of the parents always bailing the child out of their karma, essentially, so they'll never fully learn the lesson that they need to learn, and they'll spend the rest of their life basically repeating this cycle of hell. Or the parent enables the child, gives them whatever they want in order for them to be happy or be the person that they want them to be. Like, you know what, you get what I'm saying. So the best thing that you can do is work on yourself in this situation. What I mean by this is bring your conscious awareness and your focus back to you, and start actually showing yourself love. Like, stop trying to focus on other people. And it's almost a form of spiritual bypassing as well, of us trying to heal other people and not actually deal with our own shit. That could be part of it too. It just depends on why it is you feel the need to change somebody and not accept them for who they are. And it could also be too of like, we love somebody so much, we want the best for them. I get that as well too. It's really hard to see somebody's potential and the highest version of somebody that they cannot see right now in themselves. And as a healer, I want to say healer, but as somebody who does this work a lot and does energy work a lot and sees potential and the faith I have in other people to heal their lives, I would like to do that for them. I can see who they can be. And especially the people who we love the most and who are closest to us, to know what people are capable of and to watch them just throw away their life is so hard. It is so incredibly hard. It would bring me to fucking tears. Hold up. I ruined my makeup. Essentially, you have to focus on you. And this is the biggest lesson I think I've learned in my entire life at this point. You cannot change people. They have to change for themselves. You are enough the way that you are, and you don't need to be enough for somebody to change. All that you can do is focus on being the best version of you and giving you what you need. So if you're trying to change somebody, it probably is beneficial for you to understand why you feel the need to change them, and kind of focus on whatever aspect that you're wanting from this other person to change, to give it to yourself. So if you're wanting them to be a certain person or to like have this ideal relationship with this person, you have to give yourself that first before you can actually get it from somebody else, if that makes sense. And that's even to say relationship, your ideal relationship. If you want somebody to be a certain way or to have them, you know, grow and all that stuff like that, if they don't want to, and that's a need for you in a relationship, you're gonna have to really consider the relationship you're in, and that is okay. You giving you what you need sometimes is drawing a boundary out of self-love for yourself. You giving you what you need might have to be another relationship, and that is okay. And this is really hard for a lot of people, especially if you're married and, you know, maybe you're going through a divorce or something like that, because of what religion paints marriage as, of like death till you part, and it's basically like a sacrifice of the self for, you know, all eternity. If somebody's not willing to change, it's almost like it keeps you stuck in this hell if you're not willing to give yourself what you need, as far as like splitting with this person to then having the partner that you desire. But first you need to give it to yourself, in the sense of you need to be that partner first, right? To then attract that partner. So it'll be a process of just identifying what you need in a relationship. What can you survive with and not survive with? Maybe you need to assess that first while you're like with this person, to see if you can be together or not. And if you can't, or if the person will not change or doesn't desire that for themselves, then you have your answer, right? To move on, or to actually create the life that you want to. I don't believe that God intended for us to, you know, stay with one person for the rest of your life. But if things like this happen, I don't believe God intended for us to suffer through that, you know? So I believe that commitment is growing together. It's not just you're committed to one person, like all throughout your life. It's like you're committed to each other to help each other in life. You're committed to grow together in life and better one another in life, right? You're committed to bring out the best in each other. I feel like that is commitment, is evolving together. And when one person stops evolving, or if one person doesn't want to evolve anymore while the other does, in my opinion, you have three choices. One, you either change your mindset and how you view the other person, and that's a lot of hard work. That's a lot of hard work. So you're trying to view this situation differently and trying to see the person differently, or to hold like a different level of reality, or to hold the faith that person one day will change, to have that mindset to then help manifest that. Because if you truly don't believe somebody will change, they won't. It's just part of it. It's part of the energy. It's essentially changing your mindset to view them differently as the possibility to change, or to view them already as the person that you desire them to be, which is healed. Holding that healed state and knowing, or hopefully knowing, that it will happen. And that's a risk. That's a risk you're going to have to be willing to take, to one, hold that vibration. How well can you hold that vibration? It might be a roller coaster. It might be a battle day in and day out. And are you willing to put up with that, right? The other option is to view the situation through love and compassion, and to understand that that person has a unique journey with spirit, and only spirit and that other person knows what that looks like, and to stay out of that karma. Basically accepting the person for who they are and what they're going through, and just holding a space of unconditional love and seeing them through the eyes of God, which is perfect as how they already are and for what they are going through. So you essentially just have to let that person live out their karma, and hopefully they change. Still another risk. And in this process, you hold healthy boundaries. So you will always have to be implementing boundaries after communicating what those are for you, right? So it could be a cycle of repeating the same kind of like fights over and over, of habits that maybe you don't like. And that's only you that is, you know, has to be okay with that, right? You have to determine what your needs and wants are in a relationship before you even make any kind of decision. And the last decision you can make is parting ways with the person out of self-love for you and them, and understanding that you were part of one another's journey for some time, and it was for a reason. It wasn't for without cause. No time is ever wasted, and Spirit always gives us the correct people in our lives for where we need to go and how we need to evolve. and just understand that it served its course, and you have to trust that spirit will end it if it needs to end, right? And then that's what will manifest in your reality. And it's still holding space for that person, drawing a boundary out of love, not out of hate or regret or like anything like that. It's out of love for you and that other person, so then you both can live happier, healthier lives, essentially. Because yes, relationships like this can really deteriorate your health as well too. All right guys, so I'm gonna actually cut that off there because I'm running out of daylight here and I'm done with my makeup. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sending you guys all of my lights and all of my love. Sat Nam.